Welcome, everyone. We are live. Today, we are going to talk about diversity visa lottery instructions. These are very, very important instructions I'm going through so that you can be able to apply the diversity visa lottery and not making any mistakes. A lot of people are doing a lot of mistakes, which those mistakes are going to cost them. They are going to cost them into two main ways. Number one, you can be eliminated, not to be a qualified applicant, not to be going to the filter, passing through the filter, which will allow you to be in the pool of the random selection. But there are some who are passing through the filter, going through to the random selection. They win, but they are going to be denied the visa because of not knowing about important instructions. So before I continue, few things I would like to ask from you. Number one, make sure you subscribe to the EBM Scholars channel if today is your first time to come across to this particular channel. Number two, I would like to ask you to do a favor of not just subscribing, but sharing the video, liking the video, so that more people can be able to discover this particular channel and learn a lot and avoiding mistakes, which will cost them a lot. So you can see we are going to talk about the instructions for the DV2022, DV2023 Diversity Visa Lottery for 2023, meaning the application dates, because some people are asking where are the dates announced. So if you go to this is a website for the Department of State, Bureau of Consular Affairs, travel.state.gov. If you go to this website, this is where they have announced and where the DV instructions are put. They are talking about diversity 2022, but they are also talking about diversity 2023. But so the DV 2023 is here. Which says the online registration for the Diversity 2023 program begins on Wednesday, October 6th at noon Eastern Daylight Time and concludes or ending on Tuesday, November 9th, 2021 at noon Eastern Standard Time. So if you submit more than one entry, meaning one application per person, we'll talk about that, you'll be disqualified. So these are the instructions. If you click them, these are the instruction opening here. I'm not going through each individual instructions, but I'll be going to capture some of the important parts of these instructions so that you can be aware of. So let me start by the quick understanding of the lottery. So basically, up to this moment, they haven't changed the number of visas to be issued. The visas for the fiscal year 2023, it will continue to be 55,000 diversity visas will be available. On the Biden's administration, we are planning to increase the number of visas from 55,000 to 80,000. That hasn't happened, and it will be difficult to pass through. But at the moment, it will be still 55,000 diversity visas. That's number one to be able to know. And you have to know that this the diversity visa or the V lottery has been established by the Section 203 subsection C of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which allows or which forms what we call the diversity immigrants. That means people from the historical low rates of immigration to the United States will be given the opportunity, meaning there will be countries which are allowed to apply. There will be countries which are not allowed to apply. We'll talk about that. So, few things. There are countries which are not allowed to apply. And in the country not to be able to apply, I will talk about it in a while. But there are countries with more than 50,000 natives who are immigrants. By saying who are immigrated to the United States, it means people who have been given green card based on family and the green card based on employment. So if a country has over 50,000 natives from that particular country in the past 5 years, in the past previous 5 years, the country has over 50,000 people from that country who have been given a green card by family and a green card by employment. That country is going to be removed from participation of the diversity visa lottery. And for the DV2023, the following countries are not eligible: Bangladesh, Brazil, Canada, China, Colombia, Dominican Republic, El Salvador, Haiti, Honduras, India, Jamaica, Mexico, Nigeria, Pakistan, Philippines, South Korea, United Kingdom, with the exception of Northern Ireland and its territories, then Venezuela and Vietnam. You have to know that natives of Macau and Taiwan are eligible to apply. Few things about this one. In the DV previous lottery, in DV 2022, Venezuela was allowed to apply. But in the DV 2023, Venezuela now is not allowed because it is part of the country with more than 50,000 people who have received the green card through family and the green card through employment. In the DV 2022, Guatemala was not allowed to apply. Now Guatemala is allowed to apply. That's why you don't see Guatemala in this list. So that is something I want to put that way. But if you want more details about that, I can go and answer. They have answered this question. Why some countries are not allowed to apply is because they explain these are the countries. Let me find the that instruction so that you can be able to understand. If you have any question, please put on the comment. I will go through. But this live stream is focusing mainly on the instructions. So unless otherwise your question is about instructions, these are the countries which are eligible or not eligible. In Africa only, Nigeria is not allowed to apply. So don't ask me a question, is Nigeria allowed to apply? No, Nigeria is not. So sorry for taking quite some time. Okay, there are certain questions. Why do natives? So this is the what I was trying to explain is this one. This one, which says the visas are intended to provide an immigration opportunity for persons who are not from high admission countries. U.S. law defines high admission countries as those countries from which a total of 50,000 persons in the family-sponsored and employment-based visa categories immigrated to the United States during the previous 5 years. Each year, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, counts the family and employment immigrant admission and the adjustment of status numbers for the previous 5 years to identify the countries that are considered as high admission and whose natives will therefore be ineligible for the annual diversity visa program. Since USCIS makes the calculation, this calculation annually, the list of countries whose natives are eligible or not eligible may change from 1 year to the next. Just like as they gave the example, in the DV2022, Venezuela was allowed to apply. In the DV2023, Venezuela is not allowed to apply. In the DV2022, Guatemala was not allowed to apply. In the DV2023, Guatemala is allowed to apply. So the list is not permanently, is changing over time. So that is one of the instruction I want you to understand the behind. Let's go to the eligibility. Eligibility, basically you must come from the countries which are eligible. I don't want to spend much time here, but let's say if currently you are born, you remember your eligibility is based on the country of birth, not your citizenship. So let's say you are born in Nigeria, meaning you are not eligible to apply for the DV2023, but your wife is from Ghana. Ghana is eligible country to apply. So you can apply and claim your eligibility based on the country of your spouse's country of birth. So question number 6 of the lottery application will ask you, where were you born? You are born maybe in Nigeria. The question will follow will be, are you claiming the eligibility based on the country of birth? If you are from the country which is not eligible, but your spouse is from another country, you can say, no, I'm going to claim eligibility on the country of birth of my spouse. But majority of you, almost every one of you, if your country of birth is eligible, you'll be claiming eligibility based on the country of birth. So another part will be eligibility will be based on the education or work experience. You must have either of the two. So number 1, you must either have the high school education or its equivalent of 12 years of formal education. Remember, when we say high school, we mean you must attend on-site classroom instruction, not online, not equivalence. In the United States, they have what they call GED, which is just like equivalence education, like private candidate style. I know in Africa or in Asia or in other countries, we have a system where someone is going to apply or someone is going maybe 2 years of school, then quit, continue with life, then later come with the equivalence program. You go and take the tuition or after school program studies, then you go to take the national examination, and then you qualify to go to the university or somewhere, wherever you want. So you must go to the classroom wearing the uniform, not just like you are studying on your own and take the exam. That doesn't count. And it has to be from primary school to high school is 12 years. In Kenya, for instance, 12th grade is Form 4. In Uganda, in Tanzania, Form 4 is not high school. In West Africa, you must go up to 12th grade. Not on a repeated basis, like you are going to be 2 years in the same class. No. From one class to another class is 1 year. You must spend at least a minimum of 12 years to qualify to have high school education. Then you might ask a question, do they request for grades or do grades matter? Basically, according to the instruction, grades do not matter. But I know some of the embassies, they prefer to ask you to see if you have certain type of grades. So if you were just high school only, you apply and win, make sure also you have to go to indicate you are going to indicate a very good working experience, so that just in case if they come with the requirement of the with the grades, the law doesn't require. So you can say no, the instruction doesn't require you to say you must have this type of grade. If you don't have that one, you must have 2 years of work experience within the past 5 years. So in the occupation where it requires you to have at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. What does that mean? It means you must go to a trade school. You must go to a vocational school. For instance, if you're a mechanic, you have to go to a mechanic school. If you're a chef, you must go to the culinary school, first of all. Or you must have at least 2 years of on-job experience before you start that particular job. And if you go to this website, it's called online.org. If you go, this one is the website for the Department of Labor, which you can go here and put your job title. Let's say your job is you are a teacher. If you search that one, it will give you, let's say you are a primary school teacher, preschool. So you needed to have what they call the number of the job, which has to be 7, minimum of 7. So you can go and read about the job description and everything. And then at the end, they have what they call what is it called? SVA, just wait, one minute. So then you need to, it shows you the job zone. What does the job zone? So job zone, there is something is called SVP range. You have to have at least 7 minimum to have. So if you are a primary school teacher, this one, or a grade school, this one will be able to do that. And it shows like what type. So you need to know those categories. If you are school, self-enrichment, if you are business teacher, post-secondary, whatever it is. So this is one of the sites which you need to know. I'm going to put in the comment. You can be able to see that one. But let me go to more about education so that you can be able to understand what does that mean, because I don't want for you to get confused. But in the application form, there is no a place where you'll mark the work experience. You just go and put the education only. And I'm going to show you what education you are going to put. So when they say work experience, this is what they, first of all, let's go to the education. Okay. Let me start with the work experience. Education or work experience. They say the U.S. immigration law regulations require that every DV entrant must have at least a high school education or its equivalent or 2 years of work experience within the past 5 years. What does the word high school mean in America? Remember, we are doing everything based on the American law because you are coming to America. A high school education or its equivalent is defined as a successful completion of 12 years course of elementary and secondary education in the United States, or a successful completion in another country of a formal course of elementary and secondary school comparable to high school education in the United States. It means you must attend from primary school to secondary school without repeating a year, 12 years minimum. That is high school. And that high school, it must be a formal course of study, meaning correspondence programs or equivalent certificate. Like if you study online, it doesn't matter. In the US, we have what they call GED, General Equivalency Diploma, which is not acceptable or is not counted as high school. Meaning if you go and take just tuition or classes with your teacher and go to take the national examination in your country, that is not high school. High school, you must go to the classroom. You must present proof of education or work experience to the consular officer during the visa interview. If you do not meet the requirement of education or work experience, you will not be eligible. So that is what they mean. So when we talk about the job zone, it has to be the special vocation program preparation, SVP of 7 or higher. That is when you see based on the job experience. And the job experience, you must have, as I said, you must have at least on-job training, or you went to the classroom to have the experience. So that is something you needed to know about that. Okay. Let's go to another instruction. I will go about education. Let me continue about education because some people, especially in Africa, they have some problems. The problem on when it comes to the education. Let's go to the education. Okay, so the education which will be on the form is either primary school education, some high school, no diploma. Primary school, that means is primary school. Some high school, no diploma means you went to study in high school, but you didn't finish. You didn't complete 12 years. You don't have the certificate. The word diploma in American English, the word diploma, meaning of diploma in America, diploma is the certificate you are going to be given, is the official document you are given that you have successfully completed your studies. That is the meaning of diploma. Diploma is not education level in America. So if the meaning of the word diploma, this is diploma. Diploma is the certificate you are given. You have finished high school. This is diploma. If you finish university, they give you that you have been awarded bachelor degree in political science. That is diploma. So that is the word diploma. So diploma is not education level, just like in your country. So when they say some high school, no diploma, it means you didn't finish high school. You studied some of the high school studies, but no certificate of completion. High school diploma means you went to high school and completed high school. Vocational school, it means maybe you went to primary school or you went to secondary school, then you went to study maybe cooking, the things related to the saloon, you went to mechanic school, you went to whatever, any vocation trade school you went for. Some university courses, it means you are currently a university student, you are currently studying, you haven't finished. Then university degree, it means you completed, you are no longer going to the school for university, you have a bachelor degree. Whether the certificate has been given or not, you have completed all these requirements. Some graduate level courses, it means you are currently a master's student. You haven't finished. Master's degree means you have finished your master's. Some doctoral studies, some doctoral level courses, currently you are a doctorate student. You haven't finished. And then you are doctorate that way. So if you just went to primary school and went to diploma, just put it primary school. If you went to secondary school, you didn't finish high school and went for a diploma, you can either choose a vocational or you can say just some high school courses, but no diploma. That is what I want you to understand on that. So don't go and put a degree while you don't have a degree. Remember, the selection is a random. They don't care what level of education you have. They don't care what number of work experience you have, because there is not even a place to tick how many years of work experience you have. So don't put an education level which you don't have. So that is very important about education and work experience. The application now, we said it starts on Wednesday, October 6th at noon, Eastern Standard Time. So when it is noon, what do you do? The easy way, you come and do this way. Say when it is noon in New York, what time is in Ghana? It will tell you the time. When it is noon, what time is in Tanzania? It will tell you it will be 7 p.m. When it is noon, what time is in, it is in, let's say, in Egypt. It will tell you it will be 6 p.m. When it is noon, what time is in Saudi Arabia? It will tell you what time will it be. It will be the following day. So that is something you need to know. What do they mean? When it is noon, what time is in Cameroon? Cameroon and Ghana, they have difference in 1 hour. So it will be telling you it is 5 that way. So that means it starts at noon. So it doesn't mean when you just wake up in your country, you just go and apply. No, you have to wait at noon of New York, of Eastern Standard Time, until noon of Tuesday, November 9th, at the same time. Remember, it doesn't mean whether when you apply on this day, that means you are going to win. There is no advantage of applying on day one. And there is no disadvantage of applying on the last day. The only thing on the last day, usually we tell people, is the internet might be slow, or the website might be overwhelmed and you can be slow and you can be able having difficulties to apply. So don't apply on the last day. So that's what they say. Don't wait until the last week of registration period to enter, as heavy demand may result into website delays. No late entries. You cannot apply after. There is no. And you cannot apply on paper because all applications is online. So it doesn't matter whether the person who is applying is in the US, whether it's in Ghana, whether it's in Sudan, whether it's in Tanzania, whether it's in Kenya, whether it's in Gabon, whatever country you are, it doesn't matter. you are not going to get advantage because you are in another country. And you are not supposed, like, it's not a requirement. You must be in your own country to apply. You can apply wherever you are as long as you have internet. It's online application. And the law allows one application per person, one entry per person during the application. Submission of more than one entry will render you to be ineligible to apply. So when we say no than one application, it means one person, one application. But we usually say if you are married, you have higher chances because you as a husband, you can apply as a main applicant with your passport. You say you are married, you will include your spouse. And if you have children, you can include them. And make sure that your spouse also has a passport, is going to apply. And if you apply, she's going to apply, she's going to say she's married to you. That means if she wins, you also come. If you win, you go, you come with her. So that is how it is when it comes to the instructions of one person. It looks like it's a double application, but those are two different people. I know there are some people who have traditional married to more than one person. You have 2 wives, 3 wives, or by religion or by law of your country allows that. Remember, US doesn't allow polygamy. So you'll go and apply one application, and you, when you say you are married, only one spot will open, you will put one spouse. There is no polygamy. It's illegal in America. And those people who you are married to, if they are going to put you, they married to you, each person will put one application. That is up to them. There is no problem. But you as a main applicant, you have to do one application. So when you apply, there are a few things in the form. I'm not going through the form because there is a video. I talked about the full form, everything. Make sure that you put your last name and everything. There is a video about that. Let me go to show you the video. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll be able to find that video. I'm going to show you. If you go DV Lottery, DV2023 application form. So that is one of the video I talked in detail about the application form. So you can see the video is called, is the sample, how to fill the DV2023 application form correctly and be able to win. So that is the video you need to watch so that you can be able to understand. If I click, it will start with a commercial. So while the commercial is going on, so it shows you everything about it here. Be very careful on the country of eligibility. Basically, is the country of your birth. That is the country of eligibility. The country where you live today, country where you were born, first of all, is the country of eligibility, basically. Unless otherwise you are born from a country which is not eligible. So let me skip this one. So this video is going to explain every single thing about the application form. If you want to know about the application, it goes through the form. You see, that is the form. I was talking about education. You can be able, oh, sorry. So you will be able to see education level, primary school, high school, no diploma. You tick what is your education level. So everything is there. So this video you must watch. The DV2023 application form, how to fill the green card lottery form application correctly and win. Okay, so so that is the, then there is the issue of passport. Make sure you have a passport. Passport is a requirement. Failure to have a valid passport. If you put a passport which is expired or a wrong passport number, you'll be denied when you win the lottery. You'll be denied. So you have to have an expired international passport. For those people who don't have the passport, they can get the temporary passport. There is a video I talked about the temporary passport. Temporary passport. I talked about the temporary passport. It looks like this one. Each country, depending on country to country, open image. This is the temporary passport. Oh, you cannot see in this way. So let me do this way. So this is a temporary passport. So you have to make sure that you apply for temporary passport. This is for East Africa. For your country, you'll be able to see which one is available. The temporary passport usually starts with the TP, then there will be letters and numbers. So the word TP, don't put those TP in the into the application. It's usually going to expire after 1 year. So that is the so if you don't have the passport, apply for temporary passport. Exemption is only available if you are coming from, you are stateless, or a national from a communist-controlled country, or you have been given the waiver letter from the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security, which I believe you don't have those one. Claiming exemption which you are not eligible, or failing to enter a valid passport information will make you ineligible. That means you will win and will be denied the visa. So if you don't have the passport, don't apply unless otherwise go and get even the temporary passport so that you can be eligible to apply. Then digital photo. So the photo must be digital photo. Let me go to the photo and quickly give you some of the instructions about the photo. These are the instructions of the photo. Number 1, do not submit the photo which is older than 6 months. That's number 1. Submitting the photo used in the last years, you will be denied. So don't use the same green card photo you used in previous DV lottery. Or using the photo which is too much manipulated will be denied. Picture must be in color, must be in focus, must be having the, there is a composition of the template. If you want, I will show you that way. You must be typical focused looking direct of the photo. And I will show you some of the photos. And the photo must be on the plain white background. I will give you the example of 2 photos, and you will see this is one photo. This photo, the background, when the person sent to me, this is not pure white background. I had to change that one to this one. You'll be able to see I changed it to this way. So I will show you how to change the background. So number 1, this is not a typical white background. Yes, it looks like white. So when you are taking the photo, take a photo like this way. Allow the space above your head. Allow the space on both of your shoulders so that you can be able to edit. This is not edited photo yet to meet the requirement. So make sure that it is a neutral facial expression. Don't start smiling. When I say don't start smiling, this is the photo of my daughter, Claire. It's not allowed because she's smiling. So don't do that. Another thing, quick one, background must be white, as I said. So don't start using the background which is not allowed. You are supposed to look straight. This is not allowed because I'm looking the sideways and the background is not white. You are not supposed to wear glasses. This, I'm wearing glasses and I'm looking sideways. You are not allowed to do that. From 2018, you are not supposed to wear glasses. If you wear glasses, you are going to be eliminated right away. It has to be taken on the clothes that you are normally wear in the daily basis. Meaning, don't wear the uniform unless otherwise is religious clothing, and those religious clothes you are wearing every day. Don't wear hijab just for one day. And hijab, I want to show you some of the hijab. These are the hijab you are allowed, obviously, but this one is not allowed. This one is not allowed. So I just want to make sure that you understand. This one is not allowed. But this one is allowed this way. Let me save this photo so that I can show you people to be able to understand. You're allowed to wear like this way. You see, this is allowed, but this one is not allowed because we cannot be able to see you. So, from this one going to the end, they're not allowed. You see, the first, some of this one is allowed, some are not allowed. So these are the things you needed to understand. Like when you talk about hijab, which is allowed, which is not allowed, those are the things. So the picture, this is supposed to be a perfect photo for DV lottery, just like that one. So I'll be saving some of this one so that I can be able to show examples of what hijab you are allowed to wear, which one you are not allowed to wear. So I believe you have been able to understand the hijab, and you must be wearing hijab on the normal way, like every single day you'll be wearing them. You don't need to wear just once in a blue moon, and you are assuming that no. Okay, so do not wear eyeglasses, as I said. All these kind of things are supposed to be able to do that. But let's say you took a photo, and that photo is like this one, is not a plain white background. How do you change that one to have a plain background, to have a very plain background, which will be able to be allowed? And how can you change that one to this one? It's very easy. So what you need to do, you come to this website, remove image background, is called remove.bg, is on the comment, or on the description of this video, you'll be able to see. So you click upload, and then I'm going to upload that photo. I'm going to upload this photo. Let me show you the photo which I'm going to upload. This is the photo I'm going to upload. You see the background is not pure white. You can use the phone, or you can use the computer or tablet. So when you put the photo, automatically will remove the image, the background image. But the original is this one. But it will come directly here. So when it comes here, come on the word edit. If you click the word edit, it will come on this one. The first one it shows is the photo, and the second part here is shows is colors. So move from the word photo, because on the photo, if you click this one, it changes the image to be whatever image you want. It changes the background. So forget about those one. Go on the aspect of the color, because you want to have the, so there are different colors here. But what I want is a plain white background. So I'm choosing white background. So if I click download, it will download with the white background. So click download. So if I click download, the picture is changing to be white background. Remember, this photo, I haven't edited yet to meet the requirement of the DV lottery. In order to meet that one, I have to reduce a certain way. I will show you how I'm going to reduce to be 600 times 600 as the requirement. So what I do, I come to another website. It's called egreencardphoto.com. This is also a free website. I uploaded the photo, and I'm going to upload the photo which I've now removed the background. You see, automatically come this way. But what you need to do, you come, you see just like how it is, there are 3 steps. You put there, and you take this cursor, you move to have one green line on your head, one green line on your chin. So if you do that way, this one, then you click continue. You see it will come, you download. This is the one. So click here, click the info. You'll see the size is 40 kilobytes. The dimension is 600 times 600. That is how it is. And it shows the date of today of I've edited. So if you come here, you'll see how it looks now. It will look like that way. So this photo will meet the requirement of the DV lottery. So that is how you change the dimension, how to be 600 times 600, less than 240 kilobytes. Even the photo of the baby has to be taken to meet the requirement. The photo is very, very crucial. There is a video I'm talking about just the photos only, and all the mistakes people are doing on the photo. This video, how to edit the photograph, that's number one. There is another video about 10 mistakes to avoid on the DV2023 photos. You must make sure that you avoid all the photos. The mistake, you can see the background to be blue. That is wrong. I'm showing every single mistake people are doing on the DV lottery photo. So I'm not going, I'll put that video on the comment so that you can be able to see that way. Because the photo is going to be able to make sure that you are going to do that way. Then there is the mailing address. So the mailing address is question number 9. Let me show you what does this mean. Let me write it to you. Let me go and create. Let me go and create something so that I can be able to show you how you go and put this one. Okay, mailing address. They will be in care of. Then there will be address 1, address 2, city, district, town, postal code, and zip code, whatever, and then country. So let's do this way so that you can be able to see what are you supposed to answer over here. When we say mailing address, we differentiate this one with the email address. I want you to differentiate, first of all, that one and the email address. This email is the one you use, Gmail, Yahoo, whatever. An email address to which you have direct access, and you will continue to have direct access through May of next year. Why May of next year? This is when you get the results. Because if you check the results, in May, I have been selected. Later, you do any follow-up communication with the Department of State. You'll be using that email to be allowed to do that one. But you are not going to be sending the email that you have won. No, the email is very important. So I want to differentiate between the mailing address. When we say mailing address, mail, we means letters. Mail, we mean letters like this one. These are the mail letters. These are the mail. When we say mail, we mean this one. But how do you get this one? So the mailing address here in US, this everyone at their home, they have this one at their home. Someone is going to bring this one at your house. They are going to bring this one at your home. So I don't need to go anywhere to get the letters. They are going to bring at my own home about this one. So so you will see in US, the mailing address usual will have the street name just like this way. You can be able to see. Okay, this will be able to show you. You see the address number 1, first line, John Jones, whatever. Address number 2, the address. So that is line 1 for us. Will be what is the street all those kind of things, just like this one. You have the street name, city, all those kind of things. I'll come back to explain in detail what do we mean by the addresses and how do you know that you have the correct address into your system. So when we say, okay. So the first line, it says as follows. The address says, in care of. It means, where do you get the mail? Do you get the mail directly to your home or to the post office? Because many people usually go to the post office box. Many people go to the post office like this to get the mail. Many people do that. So when we say P.O. box, we mean P.O. box, postal office box, like that one. Someone is going to the mail office to get the mail, like that way. So you can have the P.O. box where you go to the post office, get your actual letter over there. When you rent a box, is a postal box, P.O. box. You can go and get the P.O. box office like this one. Or you can have the mailing address just like your home. They are going to bring at your own home. So when we say care of, that means you are later passing through somebody. So to make it easier for you, leave it empty. Simple. Leave it empty. This address means nothing. This address means nothing because there is no any document will be sent through this address. Leave it empty. Just leave it that way. Okay. Address 1. Put the street. There are 2 ways. You can put where you live. You can put the street name, road name, house number, etc. Example, you can put, I'm giving example, Jomo Kenyatta Road, house or apartment number 12. That's the address. Or you can say your address is 123 Johnson Street, house number 2. It's okay. That is what you do. So you can put it that way. So you can put any, even you can just put one Dodoma Drive, apartment number 3B. That's your apartment number. You can put it that way. You can put any fake address. Nobody cares about this address, and no document is going to be sent there. Or another example, you can put a P.O. box, whatever box number it is, P.O. box, that one. That's all. Address number 1. You just put a P.O. box. So you can put either of those one. You can put just a P.O. box. you put the number. That's all. So in care of, you leave it empty. Address number 1, you put that one. You put it street, road, etc. That is address number 1. Or you put the address. You can put the address of your school. So if you put the care of, you can put care of. If you want to fill, you put care of. Or you can put in care of St. Sabina Catholic Church, whatever it is, if you want to put it, but just leave it empty. Because don't complicate it. You start feeling so much. Address 2, it is optional. Leave it empty. Just make it easy. Don't complicate it. Leave it empty. In US, you have longer address, whatever, so just leave it empty. Town or city. So put the city or the town where you live, where the address is. So if you're in Tanzania, I'm giving you an example, you can say Dodoma. Or if you're in Kenya, you can, if you're in Nairobi, you put in Nairobi. If you are in Kisumu, you put Kisumu. If you are in KwaZulu Natal, you put KwaZulu Natal, whatever. So whatever city you are or whatever town you are, you put the city. So let me put Dar es Salaam for this matter. Someone is asking, can you put the capital letters or small letters? Personally, I prefer to put capital letters because on capital letters, I avoid to put any mistake. It is easier to read. So you put Dar es Salaam. You put the city or the town where you are. District, country or province. Put the name of your country. Unless otherwise, you are like those in Nigeria or wherever, they have states, or you are here in the United States. But if I'm giving this one, if you live overseas, you don't live in the US. So put the name of your country. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Put the name of your country. Don't complicate to start to put the district or whatever. Put your country. That's all. Postal code and or zip code. Just assume there is no zip code in many African countries. Some people here, let me come back here. Some people, they have district. I'm giving you an example. For instance, Dar es Salaam, you can have district like Ilala, or you can have state, Igbo state, or province, Western province. For people in Kenya, if you are in Kisumu, Western province, you can put it that way. Province. Oh, so you can put the name of the province if you want, and the country can come and put it. If it is Kenya, you put Kenya. So if it's in Kisumu, is in Western. So let's say it's Kisumu, you put Western province. It is in Kenya, but when it comes to zip code or postal code, just put a postal code, the international code for your phone number, but don't put the plus sign. Just put the number. If you are in Kenya, 254. If you are in Tanzania, 255. If you are in Uganda, 256. So just go and look at the number, the postal code number of your country. But even if you put no postal code, it's okay. It means nothing. I just want to put you in an easy way so that you can be able to understand. So this is the address is just like this way. Address line number 2 is optional. Leave it empty. Let me put the colors. These are important things you need to know in care of. So I spend time on this part because I don't want you to get confused. So if your account doesn't have a state, just you can leave it empty, or say no, whatever doesn't apply, or you just put the country, it's okay. So this address, as I said, there is nothing is going to be sent on this address. Nothing is going to be sent on this address. So whatever you put the fake address, and don't force people in the US to put the address this for you. You think that if they put the address in the US, you are going to win. No. There will be a question which says the country where you live. This is just the address. You see, there is this address. There will be not on the number of children on question number 6, 7, around there. Here, they will ask you the name, gender, place of birth, city where you are born, country where you are born, country of eligibility, and then there is one place they put the number 10, the country where you live today. This country where you live today and the address can be two things different. The address will be where you get the mail, where you live today. This country where you put, if you say today you live in America, by default your country will be in America. If you put currently you live in Ghana, this will be the location of the interview. Unless otherwise, when you are going to fill the visa form, you will need to change. That is something else. But by default, this one will be able to come as the country of where you're supposed to do the visa interview. It will be the country where you live today. It is different from the country of eligibility. It's different from the country of eligibility. If right now you are in Dubai, you work in Dubai, but you are from Uganda, and you put the country I live in Dubai, the country of the interview, by default, it will put over there in Dubai or UAE. So what you need to do is, if you wanted to do the interview in your own country and you are in another country, just put the country where you live today, just put the country today, you live today, put the country of where you want the interview, your home country, if you want. So this country where you live today doesn't help you to win, or the address, this address on number 9 doesn't help you to win. There is no anything is going to be sent on this address. I'm going to put this address here so that you can be able to see that last time. You can screenshot if you want. When you are going to fill, you can go and fill yours. You can put a fake address, PO Box 1, Accra, Ghana. That's enough. So you put PO Box 1, address 2, leave empty, city, Accra, country, Ghana. Postal code, you put the postal code of Ghana, country, put Ghana, it's over. So I believe I have been able to answer those questions. Okay. Then it comes to the email address. The phone number is optional. So you don't need to put the phone number. The email address, make sure you put the correct email address, which you can continue to have it. You can have access to it. Because if you, let's say you go to check your results and you lost the confirmation number, because some people, they lost the confirmation number. In order to retrieve the confirmation number, you have to click forgot the confirmation number. Then it will tell you to put your last name, the exact spelling as you applied on the day you applied, first name, exact spelling, middle name if you have, and then the date of birth, exactly as you entered on the DV lottery. The email address, remember, use the email address used on the DV lottery form. And then you can put this number and be able to see, to get the information, and you can be able to retrieve. So if you make any mistake, if you cannot access that one, you will not be able to access your case number, your confirmation number, if you have lost the confirmation number. Then we go to the marital status. Number 1, if you are not married, select unmarried. If you are married, select this one. Majority of you will be this one. Married and my spouse is not a US citizen or a permanent resident. Unless otherwise, very few people, their spouse is a US citizen or a green card holder. If you select this one, you don't need to add information of your spouse or a picture. But you have to select this one. When you select if you are married, by being married means you are really married. Even if it's a traditional marriage, you have to put it there you are married. Don't put your girlfriend. Let's say you are going to apply on October 10 or October 12. On that day, if you are planning to get married 10 days later, you are not married still, so you apply as unmarried. Even if you are engaged, there is no status as engaged or boyfriend or girlfriend. No. You are either unmarried or married, and your spouse is not a green card holder or a US citizen. If you are divorced, it means you are divorced. You have a court documentation that you are divorced. You are widowed, you can put there. If you are separated, it must be a legal separation. And it says here, if you and your spouse are legally separated, your spouse will not be able to immigrate with you to the United States. And the meaning of the word legal separation is an arrangement where a couple remains married but live apart following a court order. If there is no court order, it means you are not married. You are not separated. You are still married. You are not separated. Separation must be a court documentation. You must enter the name of your date of birth and everybody of your spouse and the photo of your spouse, which meets the same specifications as you as a principal applicant. Remember, as I said, if you have married to more than one person, there is no polygamy. That's how it is. Listing, failure to list your eligible spouse. If you are married and you say you are not, or listing someone else who is not your spouse, will make your entry ineligible as a principal applicant if you win, and every derivative or any dependent will not be able to be given the visa. So you must list even if you are separated, unless otherwise it's illegal separation. So you have to put there. Even if you are married in traditional setting, apply. If you win, get the marriage certificate from the government. But because if you have days before you apply, go ahead and get the marriage certificate from the government and apply. You don't need to win to get the marriage certificate. You can get the marriage certificate even if you are not applying, just to have it. If your spouse is a US citizen or a permanent resident, you do not need to list them in the entry, because the person is already a US citizen, will not require to have a visa. Therefore, if you select your spouse is a US citizen or a permanent resident, your entry will not prompt you to include the information of your spouse. So, for that particular case, you have to put make sure that your spouse is not a US citizen or a green card holder to include them. Number of children. This is very, very important. Instruction number 15. You must list the names, date of birth, gender, and the country of birth and for a living, whatever. So the children, we mean natural born children, biological children, adopted children, legal adopted children. It means you have to have a legal documentation, not just because your brother died and you have been paying for school fees for your child for 10 years. That is not your adopted child. You must have court documentation. Not the plan, I'm going to adopt this child. No, the day you apply, you must have the court documentation. And if you are stepchildren means you are married to someone, that someone is having children who are not yours. Those children are your stepchildren. Remember, children must be unmarried under the age of 21. Unmarried under the age of 21. It doesn't matter whether those children live with you or those children live with their parents or live with their grandparents, as long as they are your children under the age of 21. If your children are 21, you go and put the date of birth, it will force you, will not allow you to apply to include the child who is above the age of 21, who is 21 and above. So if you put the birthday, and it shows someone maybe was born in the year 2000. Obviously, the person is above. So it will not allow you, it will say the person is above the age of 21 to be your child. So when they say the number of children, if you have 3 children, one is 22, and the 2 are below the age of 21. So the number of children will be 2, not 3. Because if you put 3, you cannot add the child who is 21. And each child must have the photo which meets the requirement, like the main applicant. The question some people might ask is, what if I apply and my child is 20 years old now, but the time results are out, my child becomes 21. Will I be allowed to come with that child in America? The answer is yes, because they are going to look on the day of application. What was the age? Even if it will be 2 days before the person turns 21, the person was 20 at the time of application. So will be eligible and he can be able to come, despite the child on the day of coming will be 21. And make sure that that child doesn't get married. If the child is 19 and is married, it's over. If a child is married, even if the child is under the age of 21, is not eligible to apply. Married children and the children who are already 21 years old and above, when you submit your entry, you are not eligible for the DV program. They can apply on their own. If you submit your entry before a child is unmarried, turns 21, and the child turns 21 before the visa insurance, it is possible that he or she may be treated as he or were under the age of 21 for the visa processing. So if a child is 20 today, the results are out, the child 21 will be treated and the process is under the age of 21. Again, if you have a child who is already a US citizen or a permanent resident, when you submitted the DV lottery, you are not required to, because they are not required to be, they don't require to get a visa. So for that case, you will not be penalized for either including or omitting family members from your entry. So when you say you have 3 children, let's say 2 of them, they are born in America, you can just say you have 1 child, because those 2 don't require visa to come to America because they are already US citizen. Failure to list all children who are eligible or listing someone who is not your child, you will be denied the visa at the time of the interview. So when you go to the visa application, the visa lottery application, to the cyber or to the internet cafe, and you are trying to apply, the person is helping you, tells you, oh, let me fill the form for you, and you will add your children later. Don't agree, because you will not be able to add them, because if you add them, you will be denied the visa. So this is the selection process where what they usually say. The visas, all the countries are going to be divided into the region, and the Department of State will randomly select individuals by computer from a qualified entries. By qualified, not every person who is applying is qualified. So if you apply and you are wearing glasses, you are not qualified. If you apply and your passport photo has a blue background, you are not qualified. If you apply, let's say you have a shadow on your photo, you are not qualifying. So all those kind of things will be able to do that. The results will be out on May 8, 2022. That's when the results will be out. You can check the results from this day to that end of September, where will be the last day for you to process for the visas for that particular case. Okay. So these are the other things. If the visa is selected, what are the steps? We have been talking about those one. So those are important applications, important things. The other questions which we usually talk about, can I apply and my spouse also apply? Yes, you are allowed to apply, and your spouse can also apply as long as they have passport. I'm already in the United States. Can I enter the DV lottery? Yes, you are allowed to apply. You can apply the DV lottery wherever you are. But by being in the United States or being in Europe or wherever it is, doesn't give you added advantage. You are just like any other applicant. Can I apply only once? Yes. If you do more than one application, you are going to be denied. Even if you have made any mistake. Let's say while you are putting the application, you put a wrong date of birth, and you came to realize later. Don't go and do another application, which is the correct one. Because once you're going to do another application, your system will say you have been registered in the system. So if you do another application, it will be a duplicate application, and you will be denied the visa to be processed or to be in the random selection. Why do I need this one? Yes, it's a must to have that one. That's why I usually say, like, if you say you are stateless, for instance, if you selected an exemption because of delaying obtaining the passport, is not allowed. So stateless is very rare. So if you say exemption, this is what they say. If you select, you are asking for the waiver because of the stateless. Remember, you have to provide the evidence to establish that you do not acquire nationality from the country of birth under the laws of that particular country. Otherwise, you will be denied. Nationals from a communist-controlled country, you have to establish that one. Beneficiary of individual waivers, you must have the waiver. You have to fill this form. There is a long process. Again, you should consider not pursuing a DV lottery if you do not meet the education or work experience above, or if you do not have the valid passport at the time of application. If you are found ineligible for the DV visa, any fees you have paid will be gone away. What if my passport expires, or if I lose it before I apply? So those are the things, all these questions are there. You and your spouse, you can be able to apply. The family members, when we say family, we mean spouse and the children. That's all. Not the neighbor, not the children who are not yours. Can someone submit my own application, or someone can also help me? Anybody can apply for you as long as you give the passport photo, passport documentation, passport, travel document, passport number, and the information, date of birth, place of birth, all the information, spouse. But though we encourage you apply on your own, because it's a very simple application. And once you apply, you'll be getting the confirmation number. Save the confirmation number. Yeah. So if someone, I'm already registered for an immigrant visa in another category. Let's say you are applying for asylum, or you have applied the passport, you have applied the green card through employment, or you have applied the green card through the family of any other type of family or refugee, can you still apply the DV lottery? Yes, you are allowed. Can you download the form and fill it on a separate way? No, the application is a web application. You cannot sign in and come out later. It's just one-time application. You cannot save the form. So these are some of the, when you click the submit button, you'll get the confirmation number. It will appear on the screen. It will appear on the screen. Okay, if I'm so it will appear on the screen with the let me show you. I'm looking for a picture which will show you I want to show you one thing. It will give you the word success. It will give you the confirmation number. It will be like this way. When you apply, it will say success, and it will tell you, keep this one to be your name, case number, confirmation number, signature, that's all. So we'll get something like that one. And when you apply and you win, when you go to check the results, it will be something else. I want to show you. I want to find a nice picture which can be able to show like that one. You see, it will be like this way. So it will give the year of birth, your name. It will start with the last name, comma, first name on the middle. If you have those one, it will give you the confirmation number. It will give something like that. That is when you have successfully applied. So it doesn't. They are not going to give you. It's not going to give you what I call. It's not going to give you to tell you to send it on their email. It will appear on the screen. They say print. But if you don't have the printer, what you need to do, just scan or take a photo of that one. So just go ahead and make sure that you take a photo of that and send the email to yourself. That will be the best way to do. Meaning you have a proper way of remembering. What does that mean? So take a photo, send to yourself. Don't write it using a pen. Why? Because if you are using a pen, it will be in the end, it will tell you maybe I and the one, you are confusing them. And when you win, this is what you'll be able to get. Green card. That is a green card. When we say green card, it is green because of that way. So selection, processing, those are the things which we'll be talking about. The fees, it is free of charge to apply the DV lottery. There is no fee. But once you win, yes, you can pay. But you pay where? You are going to pay at the US Embassy. You don't pay anywhere you want to pay. You'll be paying that at the US Embassy. And it will be $330. it will be $330. Yeah, and that amount you only pay that one if you are going to the interview. The medical you'll be paying through the medical to the doctor or physician in your country. So those are the few things you need to know. Otherwise, you'll be in so much trouble to be in trouble of being scammed. And the website is dvprogram.state.gov. If you click that one, sorry, not that one, just this one. Let's make it easy. That is the website. Today, you cannot be able to see this one application. When you go to apply, the day of applying, the website will change. It will be having this one. It will find it out. It will be, say, the beginning entry. So when we see the beginning entry, that is when there is the, it will be like that way, and then the beginning entry will be on the green. That is the application form. But at the moment, if before the application, if you go here, there will not be beginning entry. But when it will be check status, there will be begin entry, and then you will see the photo instructions, the DV instructions. You will be able to see on that angle, like that. So that is the DV lottery instructions on how you can make sure that you are good to go. For anything you need to know, we'll be talking about after winning and all other kind of things. But all in all, those are the things which you need to have or to understand about the instructions and how you can be able to know these instructions and how to go about it. So the link of all the instructions, this is the link of all instruction. If you want, I'll put the link of the instructions. I'll put the link about the photo template. You can be able to see, just to see examples. If you want the photo tool, you can be able to see, you can add your photo. This is from the, to see if it meets the requirement. I'm giving an example. Let me just put this one. It will tell you. It will tell you why is it going to be denied. It will tell you the reason. Okay, so it will tell you the reason why the photo doesn't meet the requirement. When you go to put the photos, all those kind of things, you'll be able to see that. If you put this one, it will tell you why it's rejecting. Okay, so that is something you need to know. So all these kind of things I will be able to share, and you can be ready to apply. Again, for those who haven't followed my YouTube channel, subscribe to EBM Scholars. You'll be able to see there are so many videos, especially during this time. I'm posting as more videos as possible. And I'm going, for those who speak Swahili, there is EBM Swahili. There are videos in Swahili. I'm going to post even more. We'll be able to see the Green Card Lottery videos for Swahili. I've already recorded them. They are coming out today. So be ready and subscribe. Thank you so much. If you have any question I haven't covered or based on the instructions, let me know. I'll be happy to respond to questions through other videos. Again, for the few other things before I end, I wanted to remind you a few things. Number one, I have the Facebook group Facebook page. There are two things. There is a Facebook page for those who want also updates on the Facebook. This is Facebook page. Is called the EBM Scholars Official. It is there. It is there to connect on Facebook. But also there is I have a Facebook group. Apart from that one, there are groups. I have this one. I have this group. DV2023 application is called the green card information. I'm going to put the link of this one. Usual here, it is easier to respond to someone. If someone put the picture, is it okay? We'll be able to go through and go and try to answer the questions in that particular way. So for instance, this picture is looking like it's more fake. You see editing. You see like it looks like it's very, very bad editing. It is very badly cropped. Even someone, this photo has been cropped and not done well. So this person, instead of doing this way, let me show you why I prefer to use the remove background. Let me show you how it will change that one. If you use the remove background, it will help to, still it doesn't do well because the person already done a lot of mistake. It looks like so fake. So this is incorrect. So that's why we are trying, but if you ask me the question, so go and follow on the, over here, this one, for instance, the background is not correct. So, so someone already changed it. So you see, that's why you follow our group. So the background is not typical white. Someone helped change it to be white. You see? So that's why you needed to follow green card information group. I'm going to put on the comment, but also the Facebook page, which is there. We can be able to answer in that particular way. And there is a Telegram group. I'm going to send you the link of the Telegram group. So thank you again. Don't forget to subscribe to my Swahili YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/EBM Swahili, and the EBM Scholars for the English channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share.